What's this?
Hello, welcome back to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of the Heroes Chronicles series. This is Warlords of the Wasteland. I think I kept throwing an extra S in there. There's only one Wasteland, apparently, not multiple ones. And we're on episode 3, folks. Tarnum is maxed out, and pretty much now the mule for gathering up troops, while Gunnison, what is his name? Gunnison is now the guy, the man, the hope, the dream of the future. That's right. He's going to be the one doing all the battling, all the fighting, all of the chaos and crazy. It's going to be okay, I think. Maybe. It might be terrible. I don't know. We'll figure it out soon enough, I suppose. We've already visited that. Let's come down here, grab this. Pretty sure there's none to... Yeah, I figured there'd be none to recruit, but we'll get it in the next turn. And I guess Tarnum can chill there. Is there anything he needs to do right away? No. Nope. And then we'll have Gunnison come take over all this stuff. Then he'll come over here and claim this after getting more troops. And we should be looking pretty good at that point. Now, I know today is when the standalone expansion Trial by Fire released for HOMM 7. Unfortunately, I do not have the game yet, guys and gals. It'll probably be Monday, Tuesday until I'm able to get my hands on it. So I do apologize. Normally, well... I've always had Ubisoft stuff when they've been around. When E3 was on, I think they had the Trials of the Blood Dragon. I think that released around the time when E3 was going on. So unfortunately, I didn't get that one right away, but I wasn't really expecting to get that one. Anyway, long story short, don't have it. My PR guy is gone right now, but he'll be back, which is good. I'm hoping he's having a good vacation or whatever he's doing, he's having fun with it. And when he gets back, we will begin our coverage of it. And it shall be glorious. Alright, we got some gems from the wonderful windmill this time around. And we need to upgrade our individuals here. And we shall do this. Yes. Alright, we'll start just making sure that we get the ones that I deem are the most important. I believe we can get all of them and still have enough left over to do other things. I'd rather go make sure that this side is set, though. Alright, looks like we're okay. What is it that we're missing? Wood. Okay. Well, I will start upgrading some stuff. I suppose I could do that. I'm going to come over here. I am going to trade for a little bit of wood here. We do have some extra stuff laying around, so let's see, what, one more? We should be set. There we go. So, next turn we should be able to have that, if not even this turn. I don't know. We'll figure it out, guys and gals. Alright, back to this. Back to this town. Let's see if we can't snag up the remaining troops that are here. I believe we have enough to get them, potentially. Yes, we do. Alright, well, as you guys can guess, and what I'm assuming right now, we should pretty much be set for the rest of said game. I don't believe a lot of stuff is going to cause us very many problems here. A feral-looking man is brought before you. He looks like he's been hiding in the wild for a long time, and he hasn't been eating well either, as his protruding ribs indicate. The soldier who brought the man in says he was lurking just outside the camp. Who are you, you ask? I am a bard, my king. I'm not a king. Not from what I hear, but word is that you will protect us bards from the law of the Wizard Kings in exchange for our stories. You heard right, you say, barely able to sit still, so the old bard who died in your arms wasn't the last one. Your people's history is not lost. Sweet. Which is exactly what we were hoping for. Literally. It literally is our one hope and goal and desire and dream right now. So, good stuff. Good stuff all around. So we have some stuff to go gather up, and then we'll be looking solid. We can now do the Agre Fort. And we should be able to do the upgrades over the next 2 to 3 turns, and we'll be looking good. Hopefully he stays placated and not super aggressive until then. I believe his only path to us... Maybe there's a path through the water, I'm not sure. But I do not believe so. And we can't actually even upgrade the ogres. So that's a little stinky. That is a little bit stinky. Do that. We'll move you here. We shall upgradeify you. And Gurns, what are you doing, buddy? Of course, you're getting some attack. That's how you roll, buddy. Let's get you up there, get you your spell power that you desperately don't really need in any way, shape, or form. And then head on down to deal with the rest. Sorry about that, folks. There was somebody at the door. As you remove your armor after a long march, a shape jumps from the darkness, swinging a gleaming blade. You dodge and club the assassin to the ground with your bare fists. Later, when your troops drag the thug away, you say, "Assassin! Rabak has learned the ways of the Wizard Kings too well. Now I know I'm on the right path." Indeed. Cool. So we foiled an assassination attempt, which is always a good thing. You know, generally you don't want to be dead. Generally, I mean, sometimes maybe you want to be dead, but I'd say generally probably not. Oop. Alright, I wanted to grab the ogres. And I wanted to not leave yet. I wanted to take the ogres on a magical carpet ride over here. And hopefully it works out okay. Additionally, while we're here, we should upgrade the other thing. And I believe we can now gather the remaining troops with the massive quantities of cash that we have laying around. And we do have a large amount of it. And we should pretty much be unstoppable at this point. That is my belief here. You, upgrade. Now come back and Hulk smash. Alright, he's probably not going to Hulk smash, but still. Alright. Do I wish to battle you? I think so. I believe I wish to battle you, though I'm not entirely certain. I like how he runs all the way over there to get to a spot. That's kind of funny. It's a little funny. Alright, everybody is moved, and I guess we begin. Caca! Can we run it? Can we move again? Can we? Nope. Can we double move with you? No. What about with you? Yeah, I figured you... Okay, really? Your compatriot died. It's fine. I'd actually rather those guys die than the other, like the wolves that were closer to him, so... That was probably the best case scenario. We don't really need money at this point. How close are you, Gurnison? Alright, so what I should have done was experience. I thought we were a little bit closer, but we're not. A merchant from faraway lands trades you a new invention of the people for traveling supplies. It makes distant objects appear closer, and he calls it a speculum. Well, that's interesting. Give me experience. Yeah, basic logistics. I will take it. I don't care about the Den of Thieves. Alright, we're going to come back over here. We have the escape... No, not the escape tunnel. We have the mess hall already. Alright, the ballista yard, I guess. Who knows? There's no point really in getting much of anything at this point. Alright, let's scooch on over here. Let's get our boy Tarnum to drop off whatever it is he has. We put the inexhaustible thingy back on him. There we go. And I believe what I will end up doing, potentially, is if he maxes out at level 6, which he's pretty close to doing right now, I believe, I will bring Tarnum over, re-offload everything onto him, and then use him as the main murder-death-killing machine. That's the plan, at least. We'll see if it actually comes to fruition or not. Alright. Huh. Apparently only visiting heroes can use the Freelancers Guild. Who knew? Over the past few days, 3 more bards have come out of hiding, but they bring some sad news. They are the last. You shudder to think how close your people came to losing the history that is locked within the minds of these 4 men. If not for their courage and determination to keep the old ways alive, you realize the barbarians would have become simply the lapdogs of the Wizard Kings. You immediately order each bard to take 2 apprentices so that their knowledge will not be lost if they should die. And teach them quickly, you say. For the next year, you shall take 2 more apprentices, and so on. Well, that's one way to do it. Oh, this is day 7. Oh, poo. Alright. Well, I guess you're going to head in there, and you're going to, yay, get your attack skill up, because you're awesome. You're going to gather up these new troops, and you're going to make your way to battle this guy. So this is, this can attack both buildings and units. This is a Cyclops. This is your tier 2, or your second strongest unit. I guess tier 2 would technically be the wolves or the ranged units, and the tier 1 would be this guy. But yeah, they're your second highest strength guys, and they're only surpassed by the behemoths. However, we're going to try to use our 25 lightning blasty dudes to kill this off. I don't think it's going to work, but we did do quite a bit of damage. We only lost 1. That's not bad. And there it is. He gained the max level of experience. So basic archery, that was pretty much picture perfect. We're going to go over here and going to gather up all that we can gather. And then we're going to head back over here, and we're going to offload our supplies and our troops to the one, the only Tarnum. Tarnum and Bailey, ladies and gentlemen. Tarnum and Bailey. Alright. I wish there was a slight, well, again, this is old school. I shouldn't wish for things in the old school way of life. I don't know that there's going to be a lot more stuff that I'm going to have to deal with, so I'm just going to keep everything on Tarnum. Like, I don't know if items carry over or not. I don't think so, but it's been a while, so I don't recall 100%. Additionally, that is not what I wanted. Wait. Oh, yeah. Tyraxor. I remember him. Ah, we can actually get resources out of the Freelancers Guild. That is pretty cool. Gonna buy the ammo cart because why not? And I'm gonna buy a ballista because also why not? Put you over here and we wait until the next turn. I guess I could build whatever random building we have left, the escape tunnel. Doesn't seem like a very barbarian-esque building, if you ask me, but what do I know? Alright, there we have it, and we will end the turn. It is the week of the weasel. Alright. This is back when weeks mattered a lot less than they do in other... Well, I suppose the other games, only a few weeks matter. Alright, we're going to gather up the remaining forces here. Most of the remaining forces here. And we are going to take off to do some murder, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you are prepared for this. I certainly am. An ornate arch stands before you, sparkling with magic. You've heard the Wizard King sometimes use these to travel great distances in a single step. Although you distrust magic, a little light show isn't going to frighten you from your path. Alright, so here we are on the south side of life. We are going to come over here with Hugh. And we are going to gather up the ogres, because, well, we need to, for one. Bring them down here, and head west. And as we head west, we shall make our best efforts to increase that, so we can at least get a few level 2 spells that we'll probably never ever use. Oh, and we get to go up against some behemoths. Cool. So these are our champion, or our final tier units here for the barbarian class of individuals. And they are going to be quite strong. It's going to be a bit of a challenge to defeat them. I say that, and then, well... Huh. Neat. There, I'll suppose we can... Huh. I wonder if 430 or 443 can kill 4 of these guys. Is it worth trying? I think it is. Alright, we're giving it a shot. Yay, we did it. I wonder how much damage we did. It went too quickly. Yeah, I know. We're maxed out on experience. It's fine. Alright, welcome to the new day, which has dawned, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Hey, there's somebody down there. These lands belong to Rabak and his clan. By barbarian standards, they are rich in resources, some say, because Rabak is such good friends with the wizards. I say that is probably true. I say that we should probably kill Rabak and end this chaotic mess. But I think Rabak is hiding from us now. He may be actually in his town, I'm not sure. But either way, it matters not. We've made it back here. We'll even build the Mage Guild up to level 3. I think it maxes out at level 4, if I'm not mistaken. Because I believe that our peoples are not super versed or skilled in magic, being barbarians and whatnot. So, yeah. There's that. Alright, we shall transfer all the troops just because it's a thing that we can do. And I suppose we could head down toward the water if we really wanted to. You sit with the 4 bards one night listening to their accounts of Jarg and how he conquered every land between the 2 oceans. His heroic deeds were numerous. Jarg lived so long ago, you say. What of the barbarian kings that came after him? The bards exchanged a knowing glance. Then the eldest says, Jarg was the last. He ruled well into his old age, but when he died, his kingdom crumbled. His sons fought each other for control and ended up too weak to stand up to the wizards, who formed Braccadoon. Jarg was the last, you say, amazed? No, says the elder bard. There must be another. Only a king can bring the people together. Only a king can throw off his yoke the wizards have placed upon us. It takes you a moment to realize they are talking about you. Alright. Yeah, I guess we can end it right here. Alright, let's see what we can do. Well, it's a bit underwhelming, I have to say. And who are you? You are an actual hero. Okay. Well, this shouldn't be too difficult. He's got a bunch of unupgraded little baby troops that I am not scared of in any way. So, yeah, should go quite decently, I would have to assume. Alright, let's see what we can bring to the table. Yeah, the towers are always annoying. I believe I'm going to wait and then get slowed, but that's okay. Good. Kill you off. Yeah, come on out. Fortunately, there's not much we can do right now. We'll wait again in case they decide to come all the way out. Oh, look at that. That's so adorable. That's a little less adorable. However, that does give us an interesting situation. I.e., we can get through this gate now without any problems whatsoever. And despite being slowed, apparently I can still fly all the way over here and murder you. There it is. We have defeated Rabak. And we are victorious. Cool. You have captured an enemy artifact. All of these things. Cool. And I thought that was going to end the level, but apparently that's not the case. I don't hate that idea, but it's odd, to say the least. Well, just in case it ends on the next turn, I might as well get the benefit of that. Alright, and is there any other reason to be here? Nope. Maybe it only ends on 3 points in the Mages Guild. I don't know. Let us build a boat. Alright, I guess that's that. If we end the turn, is it going to end the... No, it didn't. Huh. I wonder what I haven't done yet. There's no way this game can be bugged, is there? Well, we'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Sure, why not? Alright, we'll head back in there. We will, once again, of course, upgrade everything as we possibly can. As quickly as we can, rather. Or as much as we can. And we're going to hop here into the old water, and yeah. That whole thing. Alright, what are we looking at now? We're looking at upgrading our Orc Tower, I suppose. And I believe there's no troops left, because, yeah, he bought them all out. That's cool. Well, at this point, I guess we head up here, maybe, and gather that up. And you get to go and play with the Flotsam. You search through the Flotsam and find some wood and some gold. All these are wonderful, wonderful things. We're going to come on over here. Again, some more wood and gold. There's a treasure chest. 1,500 gold sitting there. And then, yes, we would eventually like to go there and do that. I'm going to go over here real quick. That's not what I wanted. Oh, sleep, wake here. Oh, that's interesting. Where is it? Sorry, guys. You're going to have to give me a minute. I'm looking for something specific. Scenario information. I've done that. Huh. It's odd. Maybe it'll end at the next week? I don't know what's going on. Like, we just defeated Rabak, but maybe there's another place that we haven't gone to yet. You come upon the remains of an unfortunate adventurer. Searching through the scattered bones, you find nothing. Yeah, I do. You come across an old wagon left by a trader who didn't quite make it to safe terrain. Unfortunately, others have found it first, and the wagon is empty. Ah, there's Geared, the Barbarian, blocking the way. Huh. Okay, more flotsam and whatnot. Let's see what we got over here. You pulled a shipwrecked survivor from certain death in an unforgiving ocean. Grateful, he rewards you for your act of kindness by giving you the scales of the greater basilisk. Cool. I'll take it, I suppose. You're enjoying the sea wind in your hair until most of the sailors strip off their sashes and draw their weapons. Okay. Rabak has placed a hefty sum on your head, says the leader. A sum we plan to collect. Well, I don't much like your chances, but, you know, you're welcome to attempt to kill us. I mean, that's the thing you are most welcome to do. Well, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, I suppose. And that right now means waiting until they come close enough for us to murder. Yeah, almost murder. Bonk. Alright. I'm gonna help. No, you're not. Alright, you will help and murder him. Goodbye. And you're gonna be like, I can almost reach. But you can't. And then our Thunderbird's gonna be like, pew, and that's it. Not super impressive, I realize, but it's still fine. Now, if I'm not wrong, it's going to take a few more days before she doesn't have a village and then she loses. So that's what it is. They had one extra hero laying around, and technically she could make it back to the town and take it. But she's trying to hide from me because she's afraid. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. If I sided with Rabak over Tarnum, I too would be afraid. The big downside right now, unfortunately, is she's on something I want to claim. So I have to admit I'm not a fan of that. Pretty sure we can do this somewhat easily. You heard this remote island was a retreat for wizards who came to visit the Barbarian Islands, or lands. You realize it must be true when a pack of gargoyles swoops down out of the sky to attack. Bring it on, gargoyles! It's fine. Alright. So the gargs are ready to go and attack. It's totally fine. And start combat. Going to wait it out. Going to slaughter you. I'm going to actually, hopefully you come down and attack me. Yeah, there it is. Got to bait out that attack every so often. Take you out of the fight. I think we can just kill you with our little dudes here. Nope. Huh. Well, they did 2 damage. I mean, that's something, right? Something lame. Yep, it is something lame. Alright, nobody died, obviously. Now we can get stuff. Visiting a local wise man, you explain the intent of your journey. He reaches into a sack and withdraws a strange ring, which he hands to you. Hey, when placed on the finger, this ring increases the combat speed of all your units by +1. Sweet. Spell power, gold. More gold. You guessed it, more gold. And finally, knowledge. A monk sitting in the center of a garden invites you to meditate with him. You do, and after a short time you feel enlightened. Cool. Well, that's about it. I mean, sure, we could get Tarnum over there, but we don't have the time. I'm hoping that she moves out. We'll see if that's actually a thing that happens or not. But one can hope. She did! Yes! Perfect. Alright, because I'd much rather have the +1 attack than anything else. You've come upon a camp of mercenaries practicing their combat tactics. They welcome you and your troops and invite you to train with them. Thank you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to do this. We're about to end the world. I don't know about ending the world, but we're about to finish this off, I suppose. I guess. I mean, we could just attack. Yeah, why not? It's not like she's going to be able to do anything to us anyway. Alright, let's just end it. Alright, here it comes. Start combat, kill, and victory. The Badge of Courage. Blue has been vanquished. Congratulations, all your enemies have been defeated and victory is yours. Alright. Well, apparently what we're going to do at this point is this is going to be the end of episode 3. We're going to make our save point right there. And we're going to go and do this in the very next episode, guys and gals. So if you want a sneak peek at what's to come, you guys can pause and read while I do my outro. But in other words, I will be doing this whole intro in the next thing. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. I will be doing a little bit more of this and maybe a HOMM 3 or a HOMM 6. I don't know. Over the next few days, just because I'm eager and excited to get my hands on the expansion. So more HOMM is never a bad thing. Anyway, folks, until then, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.